Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're in Long Pond, Pennsylvania here tonight for the Salt Flat IROC Series season finale. What a season it has been so far this year, and I'd like to say it all comes down to this point here for the points championship, but it has been a runaway season so far here by Tim Smith. So before we even kick things off, we got to give a big congratulations to Tim Smith for winning the Salt Flat IROC season individual point standings. So, well, congratulations to Tim before we head on in here to Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It's a long track. It's the tricky triangle right here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It's a home track here for not only myself here in the booth, but alongside of me, we got Jarrett Reichard back here in the booth. Jarrett, Pocono, Pennsylvania, it's literally in your backyard.
Oh, yes, it is, and how sweet it is to be home back here in Pennsylvania. Can't wait for an exciting day of racing.
Yeah, and the Salt Flat IROC Series has been here for the last 2 years here to Long Pond, Pennsylvania, and they have put on one heck of a show. It always comes down to the end of the year here with the Salt Flat IROC Series. As you see, we got about 3 minutes down here before we kick things off. Let's take a quick look here and see if we can take a gander here at our point standings. We know it's the end of the year here, but there are your next level racing individual point standings there on the left-hand side. You see that Tim Smith has the championship lead. It is locked up. It's been locked up. He is your champion. The battle, though, is for that second place in points between two of the teammates. You see there Cody Levitt has 360 points. Jamie Leach, his teammate, last year's champion, has 335 points. But, you know, Jarrett, I'm looking through the timing and scoring charts here tonight. I don't see Cody Levitt in lobby.
Yeah, the man in second place in points right now, not here tonight. This should definitely shake things up.
Yeah, so it's going to be a toss-up between the teammates here for the Deeper Darker Dew stable for the second and third place. And there's Matt Grobelny sitting there in fourth. Fan favorite Dobbs sitting there fifth. Orlando Rivera is sixth. Seventh is Bennett. Joshua Taylor holds the 8th spot. 9th goes to Josiah Millen, the new man that is now, ladies and gentlemen, taken off the market. He put a ring on his longtime girlfriend's hand, so he's engaged and due to be married in the upcoming future here. So congratulations to Josiah Millen out there. And sitting 10th in the point standings, Colton Farrow over there on the right-hand side of that little graphic there that we have on screen. That is the DLB Yankees 41 Twitch streamer team championship. As there you see the Deeper Darker Dew team has wrapped that up. They have had it wrapped up since halfway through the season, so they won't lose the championship lead with Cody Levitt not being here tonight. He might lose his second spot in points, so that we're gonna have to take a look and see where that is. Let's take a quick look here though at the running order out there on track. These guys have been out there for a little while in their practice session. Jamie Leach right now holds down the top spot. Hunter Conley is second. Josh Taylor sitting right there in third. Tim Smith holds fourth. Dobbs holds fifth. David Carbon is sixth here in Long Pond with Millen right there in seventh. Rivera is eighth. Grobelny is ninth. And Cole Day rounds out the top 10 here in the practice charts. So, well, Jarrett, it's Pocono. It's a wide front stretch with a tricky second corner and turn 3. You might as well just forget about it here.
Yeah, definitely 3 different corners. Well, 3 very different corners. And that turn 3 can get mighty tricky coming off there, going down to the front stretch.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting play. But while we got 20 seconds here left before our qualifying session, we're going to step away. We're going to play the national anthem. We're going to bring you the live qualifying action for the season finale here for the Salt Flat Racing IROC Series.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
and welcome back here to Long Pond, Pennsylvania. As you see in the upper left-hand corner, qualifying is underway here for the season finale. Last time, these IROCs will be out here on track to lay down a qualifying time. And as you see on screen, that is the 01 driver of Josh Taylor. We were passed along with a little bit of a memo while we stepped away there to play the national anthem. Josh Taylor actually has wrapped up the Rookie of the Year championship, so it looks like every championship running in here to Pocono has been wrapped up, Jarrett. Nobody's really fighting for anything other than that second place battle, and well, that second place battle looks like it is going to be determined here in about 2 minutes and 45 seconds if Cody Levick does not join the lobby.
Yeah, everything points-wise seems to be wrapped up, but last race this season, everybody's still fighting to get a win. Maybe show all the competitors here that they're someone to be dealing with next season.
Yeah, next season coming sooner than you think. Just a handful of weeks away, and you can follow all the Salt Flat IROC Series action off-season over on their Facebook page. Just type in the Salt Flat Racing Series, and you can find them over there. As let's take a look. A couple of drivers have put in a qualifying time now. There you see Josh Taylor. He goes fourth on the board. Jamie Leach goes to the top of the boards with a fast time here of 1 minute 7 seconds. So that is the quick time for the time being. It looks like a lot of drivers out there on track. How about this guy right here? Donald Bennett, driver of the 31. He out here, he's actually a hometown boy. He's from Pennsylvania, not too far away from the Pocono Raceway. But from my understanding is he's actually never seen a race at Pocono, Jarrett.
Wow, that's really hard to believe. Never seen a race, only about an hour or so away from Pocono. That's a shame.
Yeah, so tonight, though, he did select Pocono as his track. He was talking a lot of jawing out there in the offseason that Pocono was going to be his track this year. He threw down the gauntlet. He threw down the challenge to all of his competitors. And right now, the 31 of Donald Bennett sitting in the 10th spot here in qualifying. He still has a minute and 16 to come back around here and see what he can do with himself. Josh Taylor did put in a second lap. He went to the second spot on the board. Hunter Conley out there on track. He just finished up his qualifying run as he sits third on the board. He's another one of those Pennsylvania posse guys. We have a handful of guys in this league here from the Northeast. And, well, he's one of them along with Mac Robelny, Donald Bennett. And, well, that man right there who's off the market, ladies, as Jarrett told me before we came back live here, Josiah Millen out here trying to figure out what Turn 3 has in store here tonight from Pocono. So Millen will come down the front stretch here, the long front stretch, as he does not go any faster on lap number 2. So 11th quickest for Millen. One driver out there trying to get in a qualifying time here with 25 seconds to go. It looks like it's going to be a one lap and done. That'd be the number 37 here, a cold day, as he comes across the start-finish line. He's going to actually go third on his first lap, and then he's going to shut it down right there. That's going to be one and done for a cold day as he goes 10th on the board. Looks like 17 drivers do take time here in qualifying. Skylar Brown, Greg O'Berry not getting a qualifying lap in, so that'll do it here for qualifying. Jamie Leach looks like he's going to take the pole here from Pocono. So as we wait here a moment for these guys to start to grid themselves up here tonight, Jarrett, it's a long 2.5-mile track here from Pocono. Who do you think has it here tonight? Who do you think can reach down here in the season finale and kind of go get one?
Well, I think Jamie Leach going out there and grabbing that pole got something to prove here, getting these guys' heads going into next season.
Yeah, Jamie Leach, he's going to have a good spot. But how about that man sitting right there, going to line up right behind him? That's going to be the 01, the Rookie of the Year, Josh Taylor. He had a good run a handful of weeks ago. It was Auto Club. You and I had missed that as we were out actually enjoying a local dirt track race here in Pennsylvania, as he actually parked that 01 in Victory Lane. I think he's going to have a good shot here tonight, but you can never count out the field here. Everybody who shows up here on a Wednesday night for the Salt Flat IROC Series has a chance to win every week. Well, while they're starting to grid up here from Pocono, let's take you through Your starting lineup here brought to you by Sim Necessities. The Little V Book Pole Award going to go here to the 88 of Jamie Leach. Congratulations to Jamie Leach for snatching that pole for the Deeper Darker Do team. Right alongside him, though, who's going to start P number 2 here tonight, and that's going to be the driver of the 01, Josh Taylor. Starting third here, the part-time driver who's been back in action in the last handful of weeks has a good starting spot for himself, the 37 of Cole Day. It looks like the bridesmaid, Hunter Conley out of Pennsylvania, hometown track here. Maybe Conley can finally notch his belt here into the win column here from Pocono. He's going to roll off in your 4th starting spot tonight. 5th, going to go to the guy who's just over the border here from Pennsylvania. It's going to be the number 4 here of Macro Belty, the New Jersey native. And, well, not too far away either. Look at that. One of the Ohio drivers out of the Carmen Racing stable. That is the 30 of David Carmen. He'll roll off in the 6th spot. 7th spot, going to go to Orlando Rivera in the 54. Starting alongside him, then going to be the 62 of Colton Farrow. Daryl Clotter, well, it's good to see Daryl here. He's battling the weather down there in Florida with that hurricane coming up the East Coast. Good to see him. He's got the 99, starting in 9th place here tonight. And it looks like, well, fan favorite Jason Dobbs starting the 985 right there in the 10th spot here tonight. Starting 11th and actually 12th, you got the 2 Pennsylvania drivers. You got the Keystone Motorsports Group, 10th, 11th, and 12th here. Donald Bennett going to roll off in the 31, starting 11th, and Josiah Millen going to roll off in your 12th spot. 13th spot, New Jersey native Michael Whitaker going to roll right there in the 707 machine. And the Mexican himself, 04, Danny Valenzuela going to start 14th. 15th going to be Jeff Bergner rolling around there in the Salt Flat County Jail, number 21 car. He starts 15th here tonight. The other Mexican of Timmy Valenzuela going to start 16th. 17th here tonight, starting at the rear of the field, going to be the 000 of Tim Smith. Right alongside him, his good old pal there of Skylar Brown. A little rivalry there. We're going to see who can beat out who there tonight. And starting shotgun to the field, going to be Greg O'Berry in that 141. Hey, Greg, go Syracuse. But hey, that's the starting lineup brought to you by Sim Necessities here from Pocono. And look at that. We're already coming down through turns number 3. That's right, it's only 3 corners here tonight from the Tricky Triangle. Jamie Leach going to lead us to the first green flag here of the night. Waiting for that pace car to make the left-hand turn. There you see it dive off to the left. It's going to head to pit road. Hopefully that's the last time we see that pace car. We are away racing here for the final time with the Salt Flat IROC Series from Pocono. Looks like a pretty good start. I was expecting 3, maybe 4 wide coming down the front stretch here from Pocono, but it looks like everybody's going to go 2 by 2. We have one off the pace just a little bit down the back there. That is the 21 of Jeff Bergner. As actually Jamie Leach, look at that, kind of goes from the top to the bottom there. It looks like Taylor going to have to take it a little bit of evasive action.
As they come off of turn 1, down the short chute here. Looks like Grobelny is going to get past Conley, and looks like Farrow's going to try and pass Conley as they go down into 2.
Yeah, a lot of action happening there coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Cole Day for the lead, though. He dives to the inside here on the tunnel turn. Now down this little short stretch right before turn number 3. Right now, Day has the advantage, but can Jamie Leach sail it off into turn 3 on the outside? Who's going to get through turn 3 is going to matter, because who is going to lead the first lap here from Pocono?
As they come off of turn 3, it looks like it'll be Cole Day leading them down to the start-finish line, followed by Leach and Grobelny leading the pack behind them.
Yeah, you see it, everybody kind of scattered there coming off turn number 3. That is Orlando Rivera down to the inside in that light blue car. He's being pushed by Dobbs. They're starting to make a little headway. That is 6th and 7th for the time being. And now here comes Jamie Leach back to the inside here in turn number 1.
And Jamie Leach jumps out front of Cole Day as they come off of turn 1. Cole Day still right on his bumper as they go down towards turn 2.
Yeah, down this long backstretch here from Pocono, you can see everybody's actually started to pretty much single file out. They're all just kind of peeking out, looking around each other to make sure they don't run into each other before they hit the tunnel turn down here. Back through the tunnel turn one more time. Jamie Leach has himself out front. Cole Day right hot on the heels. Matt Grobelny, though, in that green number 4 car, he's actually starting to make his way to the front here as he runs in third. But here comes Orlando Rivera. He's going to jump to the inside here on Colton Farrow. That's the battle for the top 5 position, the 5th position, to see who can be in the top 5. Farrow going to have the advantage, though, on the outside.
And as they come down to the start-finish line, Cold Day is really sucked up to the back of Jamie Leach. They're trying to check out away from this pack.
Yeah, look at them as they come down. Those two are just drafting. It doesn't look like either of them really are trying to get away from each other. And then still got that battle back here. Josh Taylor to the outside. Here comes Colton Farrow. That's all the battles back here. 4th, 5th, and 6th position. They're still side by side here on the exit of turn number 1. Turn 1, the longer you run here with these cars, the tires are going to be wore out. And when the tires wear out coming off turn 1 and turn 3 are going to be the trouble spot here tonight.
And back to this battle for the 4th position. It looks like the 985 of Dobbs is trying to stick his nose in this fight as they come out of turn 2.
Yeah, a little high out of turn 2 goes the 0-1 of Taylor, but he's able to hold serve. Orlando Rivera has the advantage. Now he's going to make the pass before turn number 3. Now Colton Farrow going to go on the attack here of the 0-1 of Taylor. Your front 3 are already checked out over a second now on this group back here.
Looks like the 7 of Hunter Conley is trying to stick his nose in this fight for the 4th place as they come off of turn 3 down to the start-finish line.
Yeah, Hunter Conley, always the bridesmaid. You see him there in the pink car right behind the maroon 01 machine. And that is Hunter Conley. And looking at that Hunter Conley number 7 machine, it looks like the 7's been into the outside wall at some point already. Hard right front damage. I don't think it'll play that big of a factor here. It is Pocono. It is a big track. Drafting does mean a lot here. But I'm not sure if that really will play too much havoc. We've seen guys be able to hit the wall, bounce off the wall, and still have good races here in these IROCs.
Yeah, I don't think that'll hinder him too much. And it looks like the 000 of Timmy Smith is working his way up through the pack, already up to 13th, looking to get 12th.
Yeah, he's not just content, though, with the 12th spot. He's going to look to the inside and see if he can make his way to the 11th spot, and he does right there. That neon green car working around the number 30 there of David Carmen. So now he's just 1 spot out of the top 10. You see a couple other guys back here. Here comes Greg O'Berry. Remember, O'Berry started shotgun to the field. Right now, O'Berry runs right there in your 14th spot.
And down the front stretch, it looks like the 73 of Skylar Brown is trying to make his way past the Rookie of the Year of Josh Taylor.
And Brown's going to go down to the inside. He's going to touch the yellow line there with the left-hand side tires as he's trying to make that 73 stick to the bottom. Right now, it looks like he has the advantage as they work down this long backstretch once again.
And as they go down into 2, it looks like Skylar Brown's still trying to work that inside of Josh Taylor. And it looks like he's going to clear him as they come off of 2.
So Josh Taylor started up inside the top 5 right now, trying to stay inside the top 10 because he has Darrell Clauter all over the back bumper of him once they go into turn number 3. Josh Taylor, started at the front there, and it looks like almost Skylar Brown got into the wall there coming off turn number 4. I think he's all right in that car, but yeah, it looks like that 73 car looks pretty well. Here comes Taylor, though. He's going to drive to the inside, down into turn number 1. Can he make the inside work for himself like Skylar Brown did just a lap ago?
And he's still trying to work that inside as they come off of 2. And Skylar Brown getting the outside wound up, and he's not going to let him have that spot as they come down into turn 2.
Looks like single filed out your leaders, though. 3-car breakaway at the front of things. And they have now opened up a 2-second lead over everybody else out here. Jamie Leach still being shoved, not just pushed. He's being shoved down the straightaways by that 37 there of Cold Day. Mac Robelny just kind of hanging out back there. Then it's Orlando Rivera running in the 4th spot. Colton Farrow right now has the 5th spot locked down. And Jason Dobbs back here as you see a lot of guys sideways off turn number 3 as they're trying to put the power down as fast as they can, as hard as they can. Dobbs holds down the 6th spot. Hunter Conley is 7th. 73 of Skylar Brown is running in the 8th spot. Josh Taylor has 9th, and Tim Smith has worked his way into the top 10, running 10th at the time being. There's a good little battle back here, running for about the 12th spot. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, all under a blanket here, side by side. The pack being led by the 141 there of Greg O'Berry. And they're 3 wide just about off turn number 2, and that looks like David Carmen elected to jump back in line to the outside to push O'Berry.
Yeah, and on an inside line, it's the 31 of Donald Bennett trying to start leading this pack as he tries to make his way past Greg O'Berry as they come into turn 2.
Yeah, O'Berry going to slam the door, though. He's going to go to the bottom. You see everybody off the throttle. You see the flame shooting out to the right-hand side of the cars there. So it looks like Bennett's going to make up one position on Carmen. Now he's going to set his sights on the back bumper of the 141 of Greg O'Berry. Looking at the lap, though, we're coming here to complete lap number 7 already in a hurry. It's been green flag racing, and check this out. Here is Tim Smith. He is following Skylar Brown through the field. Skylar Brown, for a moment, went 3 wide with Hunter Conley, and I believe that is a 62 of Colton Farrow as they're 3 wide once again on the front stretch at the end of pit road. They're going to have to get it figured out before turn 1. It could get pretty tricky. Skylar Brown to the inside on his teammate. Conley got a lift a little bit earlier. He's going to allow his teammate there, Skylar Brown, to take the position. He'll fall back in line behind the 73. But, oh, boy, here comes the crossover off turn number 1 to the inside. Here goes the 7. Now he's going to jump in front of Tim Smith. Is Smith going to push him down the backstretch?
And as they come down towards turn 2, Smith trying to give Conley a push. And it looks like Farrow giving Skylar Brown a push as they creep up on the back of 95 Dobbs.
Yeah, it looks like Dobbs didn't get such a great run, but the 73 of Brown did get a good run. He came to the back bumper there. Now he's going to show the fender down here into turn number 3. Can he get around Dobbs for the 5th position? Dobbs holds the 5th position for the time being, but Dobbs goes high. Here comes Brown to the inside. Off turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race. No, it won't. Dobbs just falls in line. He knows he's better off just getting in the draft of Skylar Brown. So Brown going to take over the 5th spot, put Dobbs in 6th. But here comes Hunter Conley. What's Hunter Conley going to do? Because he's got a good run coming down here into turn number 1.
And as they come down to turn number 1, Conley all by himself on that inside line. Nobody deciding to go with him. It looks like he's going to try and make the pass on Dobbs as Skylar Brown jumps down in front of him.
Yeah, Dobbs seems like since he's been hung to the outside, he's just been going towards the back a little bit here. Oh, it looked like Orlando Rivera might have almost got into the wall off turn number 1.
And as they come down in turn 2, Conley's still working on Dobbs on an inside, with Timmy Smith pushing. Looks like Timmy Smith is going to dive down behind Conley as they run through turn 2.
Oh, contact there between Rivera and Brown. Brown was completely sideways as they're 3 wide as they're all going around Orlando Rivera. Orlando Rivera and Skylar Brown having a huge moment. And, oh, here comes Taylor's drifting up the track. Almost gets into the 985 of Dobbs. Everything happening here from Pocono. The tricky triangle just threw a curveball at Orlando Rivera as he hit the wall coming out of turn number 2. And that was the 73 of Skylar Brown into a big moment as he was completely sideways in that pink car.
Wow, that was some great driving by all those guys to not cause a huge wreck there.
Absolutely crazy. That just shows the skill level of a lot of these drivers out here, because here comes actually the 7 of Hunter Conley. He's coming back on the charge here on Colton Farrow. Farrow actually has a handful of wins here from the Pocono Raceway. He knows how to get around this track pretty good for himself. I think if I remember right, without looking through the stat book real quick, I believe he was the first ever Salt Flat winner here in the Street Stock division, as he took home the first ever win from Pocono.
It looks like the 985 of Dobbs is trying to get that position back from the 62 of Farrow. Big wiggle of Farrow as they go down into turn 2, I believe.
Turn 3, actually, it looks like, because, well, what is turn 4? We don't know what turn 4 is here. Colton Farrow had a big moment there as Dobbs is going to the inside. Colton Farrow didn't expect him to quite be there, and he turned down a little bit and had a moment. Now he's battling with Josh Taylor for the 9th position.
Yeah, the rookie of the year, Josh Taylor, trying to get by Farrow as they go down into turn 1, excuse me, and he will clear him as they come out of turn 1.
Jarrett, I'm going to need you to take the track map you have, flip it upside down, turn it around, and we just exited turn number 1.
Yeah, I'll figure it out here eventually.
It's 3 turns, my friend. It can't be that hard, right?
Oh, you'd think it wouldn't be that hard.
Well, it looks like they all have it figured out right now as they go down into the tunnel turn here, turn number 2. Taylor has the position on Farrow right now. Orlando Rivera is trying to catch his breath from 2 laps ago. Working lap 11 here. Check out where your leaders are. There's your leaders. They are a 3-car train down into turn number 3. Jamie Leach holds the top spot. Cole Day is second. Mac Grobelny is sitting right there. And actually, Grobelny had a better turn off turn number 3. You see they're kind of separated now as Grobelny goes way down there against the pit wall to try and stay away from the side draft. And now it looks like he might be able to duck back right in line there behind Cole Day.
Meanwhile, behind them, it looks like the 000 of Smith is trying to go around the outside of Skylar Brown as they go into turn 1, and he will complete the pass.
Yeah, you see a little cloud cover coming over the Pocono Raceway down there in turn number 1. You know, I have heard a rumor that these street stocks, these IROCs that these guys run here with the Salt Flat IROC series, I heard sometimes that if you go side by side on bigger tracks like Daytona, Indianapolis, Pocono, Michigan, you can actually run a little bit faster side by side than you can nose to tail. For a moment, I thought that was a strategy that Brown and Smith were going to be using down the front stretch, but they've gone back to nose to tail, and right behind them, Jason Dobbs has joined the party too.
Yeah, Jason Dobbs trying to make this a 3-car breakaway for the 4th position, maybe catch that front group up in the front.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen because right behind them it's still Hunter Conley, and he is still battling with that 62 machine of Colton Farrow. They are still side by side at the line there, the pink car of Conley to the inside, and that blue teal car of Farrow on the outside.
As they're battling side by side, that's allowing the 01 of Taylor to catch up to them. It looks like he's going to try and make the move on the inside of Farrow. Farrow tries to pass Conley on the outside.
And they're still going to be side by side. Everybody else is single filed out through the entire field. I believe you have one battle, and I think that's back here for 17th spot. Greg O'Berry in the 141 looks like he's been into the outside wall. You see the red car down to the inside there, battling with, well, the Mexican himself in the 04 machine. They're back here at the tail of this little group as the Mexican of Danny Valenzuela kind of blows through the tunnel turn there. He probably saw the wall and thought he'd jump over, but you never know.
And up here in turn 3, Conley in the grass trying to get by Farrow as they come off of turn 3.
Well, I didn't know the grass was something that you could do here. I didn't know if you could make a pass in the grass, but he tried it. It didn't really work, and now he's under attack. Here comes Taylor down the backstretch. You saw him get a good run. Jumps to the inside. Doesn't have anybody pushing him. Here comes Orlando Rivera. He's now going to start to push him. Only about a football field length till they hit the corner. You see Taylor really start to back off there before the corner. He didn't want to get into the number 7 of Hunter Conley.
Yeah, we're working lap 14 here. You got to wonder if tire wear is starting to come into effect here.
Yeah, and it's probably getting closer to the time that our leaders are going to start looking to see where the pit entrance is here. My calculator is right, Jarrett. We know I like to crunch numbers here, and sometimes we get it wrong, but I believe we're calculating probably somewhere as, a moment for Colton Farrow was sideways down into the tunnel turn as he was off the front bumper there on the 7 of Hunter Conley. Conley going to get a moment coming off the tunnel turn, but talking about the strategy, I'm guesstimating somewhere between lap 15 and lap 20. You're going to see a lot of these drivers come down. That means you could make it in a 2 pit stop race if you can make it to lap 20.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to wonder who's going to try and pull out the bold strategy here, Cotton.
Well, you never know. I know somebody's strategy that's way different than anybody else. Look at this man back here, sitting in the 19th spot. They changed his name tonight to the other Mexican because him and his brother of Danny Valenzuela, they always battle it out to see who can out-duel who. And right now, I'm not sure if they're going for the highest position or the lowest position, but both of them are at the tail.
Yeah, you never know with those Valenzuela's brothers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Timmy from California here is rolling around drinking like a mochiata or whatever the heck they're called or something. But it looks like he has a pretty good line going through turn 1.
Yeah, he's still working on that 141 of Greg O'Berry. Trying to get up to the 16th spot, I believe, and catch that pack in front of him.
Well, that's the other brother. The 04 of Danny is still working on Greg O'Berry. Tim, he's about 6 seconds behind the field.
You know what? I'm a little new here. I get confused a little bit.
But that's Greg O'Berry back in the 16th spot. Not the night so far that he's won it, but Michael Whitaker is trying to take over the 13th position here from Donald Bennett. He'll take the 13th spot. Now Josiah Millen, he's going to set his eyes on him. It looks like Millen's been into the outside wall a time or two with the number 40 machine as he sits right in front of his teammate Michael Whitaker, and him going to go door to door down here into turn one, almost making contact with each other. Millen going to run that high line. Whitaker has the advantage now as he actually kept the car real low on the exit of turn one.
Yeah, he's getting a pretty good push from the 31 and Donald Bennett. I thought he was going to go 3 wide in turn one.
3 wide, you have plenty of places to go 3 wide. Check out where your leaders are here. Timing and scoring, you're going to find them coming down here into turn number 3. Still a 3-car breakaway, a 4-second gap until you can find Tim Smith that's sitting back there in your 4th spot. So these 3, I think right now, they may have been over the radio, a couple spotters talking to each other. Let's just stay in line. Let's just run away with things. You see Matt Grobelny actually, I think he might be playing a little strategy here. Let's go on board here with the number 4 down the front stretch. As there was a lap around Pocono with Matt Grobelny. We thought for a moment he might have been trying to save fuel in the 04 or in the 4 machine. Well, that is not the case because Matt Grobelny right on the back bumper of Cold Day. Look at it. They are literally 3 cars pushing each other bumper to bumper down the front stretch. It's a 3-car train here and then a 3-car train, and I think we got pit stops coming up here.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some green flag pit stops coming as Tim Smith and Skylar Brown and Jason Dobbs back here for the 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Dobbs and Brown were battling it out for a couple laps, swapping positions back and forth.
As they're all out there battling for that position, it looks like Hunter Conley, Josh Taylor, Orlando Rivera, Colton Farrell all come down here on lap 17. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out for a lot of those drivers. They didn't quite make it to that halfway marker, but maybe they know something you and I don't.
Oh, that's a good possibility. They're in the cars and we're up here in the booth.
Well, that's probably why they're down there in the cars. Let's see where your leaders coming down pit road this time by. Here comes the 3 cars of your leaders. So on lap number 18, here comes your 3 leaders. Jamie Leach going to lead them down here. Cole Day coming with, and Matt Grobelny. And I think I actually saw the next 3 also come along. 000 of Tim Smith down pit road, and he's bringing Skylar Brown and Jason Dobbs along with him. Sooner or later, I will stop calling him Josh.
Yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later. As Josiah Millen, Greg O'Berry, I believe Donald Bennett coming down pit road for the green flag stops.
So just about everybody down pit road is actually, I think is that the 000 of Smith is sideways in his pit box. I wonder if he is actually getting his service there or not. I think that leaves 1 driver out there on track who has yet to pit. And that's going to be Michael Whitaker. He is the only driver to not pit yet here. So all your leaders except 1 have made it to pit road. And Michael Whitaker might be out here trying that strategy we talked about. If he can make it to lap 20, he might be in the ballpark to sneak one away here.
Yeah, that is definitely the bold strategy so far.
So the bold strategy of the race goes to Michael Whitaker here in the early going. We're going to keep an eye on Michael Whitaker and see. As here he comes, lap number 19. So 19 into lap 20, the 707 of Michael Whitaker. He leads a lap, and now he'll come back down pit road So who is that going to hand the lead back over to? It looks like it's going to hand it over to the 4 of Matt Grobelny. Then it's Cole Day, and then it's Jamie Leach. They're kind of actually spread out now. Nobody is nose to tail here for your top 3. And Jamie Leach, who came in as the leader, he lost the lead. Now he's a second and a half back, and Tim Smith is only a second behind him. So he's almost into the clutches of Smith back there. So it could be a 4-car, 5-car breakaway if they can get back together. And actually, Skylar Brown ain't too far back either. It seems like just about everybody back here until you hit Dobbs is about a second away from each other.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if these about 9 cars can group back up and have a big pack lead.
Well, there's 3 cars that are nose to tail right now. It's Dobbs, Conley, and Farrow, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And they are trying to make headway here to run down Skylar Brown, Tim Smith, Jamie Leach, Cole Day. Matt Grobelny is actually, I think, yeah, there it is. The 37 of Cole Day has caught the rear bumper here now on the number 4 of Matt Grobelny. So that'll be a 2-car trade. Now they're the first 2 out of all your leaders to start hooking back up here on lap number 20. Not quite to the halfway marker yet. 10 more laps till we get halfway. And what a race we have seen. It has been green flag since, well, the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, it definitely has been green flag racing the entire way, and it's been good racing all around.
Pocono, one of those tracks where it's the tricky triangle, and we've seen some guys have a little bit of issues. And look at that, Cole Day hangs it out coming over the tunnel turn. You see guys who are able to go the 2 to 3 wide, and we've seen guys really hang on to it like Skylar Brown and Orlando Rivera when they got together. As you see a little shot there from Cole Day to the back bumper of the number 4, Grobelny coming around turn number 3. It just shows you what kind of racing it takes to, or skill level it takes here to run in the Salt Flat IROC series. You see guys like Grobelny and Day out front here that are battling now as Day's going to look to the inside here down the front stretch. 2 guys right there out front. They have a dirt background mostly. Grobelny really likes to sling some dirt, but he also likes to run the asphalt. Cole Day out here, he's a big 410 guy. He likes to roll around in the midgets a little bit, playing the dirt. Then you got Jamie Leach, who runs in your 3rd spot. He is all asphalt. He would rather stick to 4 tires on the pavement. Slide him if you have to, but he doesn't play around in the dirt too much. And then you got to go back just a little bit. Running in the 4th spot here, Tim Smith has a little bit of an esports contract with the Casey Kane racing team. He likes to go play with the 410 sprint cars when he's allowed to. We're just leave it when he's allowed to. Then you got to go back here to his counterpart, the 73 here of Skylar Brown. He is a big 410 sprint car driver. You can find him out there racing on iRacing all the time with the official 410 Outlaw Series. And behind them, how about Hunter Conley? I just saw the breaking news today that the Hunter Conley there running in the 7 car, he is already accepted into the USAC series coming here to the iRacing platform. And then you got Colton Farrow. This man, he prefers to race the street stocks day in, day out on the asphalt. And then you got this guy running 8th. Jason Dobbs, he's the man who used to run around in a hobby stock car, 4-cylinder down there in Tennessee. He likes the dirt. He likes the asphalt. He's one of those guys, Jarrett, you put him in a car, give him a steering wheel, a gas pedal, and 4 tires, he'll run the wheels off the car.
He's definitely one of those guys you just call a wheel man.
You need somebody to drive your car, you call that man right there. He'll get you the result that you need. But how about the Rookie of the Year candidate out here? Just bought iRacing. He's one of our vets that run here in the Salt Flat IROC Series. Rookie of the Year champion here, Josh Taylor. It is his first year, but word on the platform is he really enjoys running his street stocks. He likes some short track racing. He likes to mix it up, but he likes the Salt Flat IROC Series here. And right now he's battling with the man, the myth, the legend out of Puerto Rico. That's Orlando Rivera. Orlando just one of those good guys who he just wants to actually come out here and have a good time. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Absolutely. That's why this whole thing was created, just to have fun with your friends. And that's what we do here at Salt Flat Racing.
And right behind them, then running in the 11th spot, it's the Wing Nation driver, the sprint car, man out of Utah. It's Jeff Bergner. He likes to go out in real life. He has a sprint car himself. You can check out Bergner Racing on Facebook. They got a handful of drivers like Monty out there who he went for a wild ride not too long ago in his car, but they got it patched up and all put back together. He was just out there this weekend turning some laps. So Jeff Bergner out there running in 11th. And then you got Danny Valenzuela back here in the 04. Doesn't have a lick of driving experience, and it really shows on the platform. But he likes to come out here and give it a valid effort. And right now he runs in the 12th spot. Right behind him, running in 13th, as everybody started to really kind of separate themselves. Just a couple tandem drafts out here going, is Greg O'Berry. Greg O'Berry, one of the guys, he really loves the K&N series on iRacing, and he is looking forward to this new tire model that was supposed to be released today on the iRacing platform. The big update, though, pushed back till tomorrow morning now. But Greg O'Berry told me before the race he cannot wait to get in some K&N cars and possibly do some work. Donald Bennett, one of the newer guys to the iRacing platform series, but he makes his bread in the truck series. He really likes those trucks. They have a lot of downforce, he feels, and he gets the job done in a lot of super speedway racing. Michael Whitaker, another one of those wheelmen out of New Jersey. Michael Whitaker, he's the guy that he will drive anything except for dirt. You can put him in a sprint, or not a sprint car, in an Indy car, and he'll drive the wheels off it, or he can come out here in these big old heavy, slow stock car IROCs, and he'll drive the wheels off of that. Darrell Clauter, the man out of Florida, getting pounded right now by the storm. He's another one of those guys. Just loves to come out here and run and turn laps with the guys, and that's what he's doing here with the Salt Flat IROC series. And there's a man back here in 17th you know a little bit about, though, Jarrett.
Absolutely, the 40 of Josiah Millen, one of my fellow Jordan Hen Racing crew members, the tire guy, as we like to call him, actually picked up his first win at, I believe it was, Atlanta earlier this season. One of the real good guys here.
Yeah, he runs back here in the 17th spot. I don't believe he actually used any of that illegal tire substance that you use when you guys run your modified, but, well, that's why he's back here in 17th. And then you have the other Mexican of Timmy Valenzuela. He runs back here in the 18th spot. Timmy is brand new rookie, complete rookie. He is, I mean, you look up the word rookie in the dictionary and you are going to find this man right here. He is a rookie to iRacing. He is a rookie to racing. He picked it up because his brother was in it, and he kind of got challenged. And, well, here is Timmy Valenzuela. He's made, leaps and bounds from where he was when he first joined the Salt Flat IROC series. So he's out here running 18th. And how about this man, the mailman? He's a lap down right now, but David Carmen, he's more of an Xfinity car driver on the platform, and right now he's trying to kind of handle this big heavy stock car around Pocono. One lap down right now in the 19th spot. Looks like he had to make an unscheduled pit stop here 4 laps ago.
Meanwhile, back up front, you got Cole Day with Grobelny still hot on his tail, and they're really not gaining any space between them and Leach or any of the other guys, just maintaining.
Yeah, it looks like a 1.5 second lead that Mac Grobelny and Cole Day have over the 88 of Jamie Leach. He's just kind of sitting back there, 1.5 seconds back, and then a little bit farther back then, another 2 seconds behind Jamie Leach, 3.5 back from the leader. It's going to be the 000 of Tim Smith. And Smith has a 1.5 second gap until you find Skylar Brown. So it's about a 1.5 second gap all the way through the field. Until you find these guys right here that are nose to tail, Colton Farrell and Jason Dobbs.
Yeah, Farrell all over the back of Conley as they come to the start-finish line. Gotta wonder if he's going to try and make the pass as they come into turn 1.
I think these guys, though, they've been out here just kind of nose to tail, seeing if they can actually run down the 73 as Skylar Brown. I haven't been paying attention to the timing and the scoring for them per se, so I'm not sure if they are starting to really run them down or not. Gonna have to keep an eye on that, but it looks like we're about halfway through our pit cycle here to the next round of pit stops. They could be coming pretty quick.
Yeah, looked like thought Farrell was gonna jump out behind or right next to Conley, but he decided to stay tucked. And yeah, it's going to be interesting when these green flag pit stops come back around. See if they'll bunch back up or spread out even more.
Yeah, so just a couple laps away. We're going to step away for a moment. We're going to turn it up here a little bit from Pocono. And while we saw the pass there between handful of your two leaders here, is actually it was a three-car battle. Now I had the words and then we lost the words. Mackerel Bellamy and Jamie Leach took over the lead from Cold Day. Cold Day now runs third, and here comes Jamie Leach. He's not content with just running back there in the second spot. He's going to dive to the inside here on turn one on the number 4 Mackerel Bellamy.
And it looks like Grobelny might try the crossover move as they come out of one. And I don't think he'll be able to get next to him. No, he falls back in line as Cold Day is trying to catch back up to him. I'm
looking at this timing and scoring sheet that we have here in front of us. There for a moment, Cold Day was actually about 4 or 5 miles an hour coming down the front stretch, slower than the front two of Jamie Leach and Matt Grobelny. I'm not sure if he's trying to save a little fuel to try and make it the rest of the way, because I can tell you for sure the guys that are running 4th and 5th right now, they picked up a drafting partner of David Carmen, and they are now actually starting to run down your leaders a little bit. They did lose a lot of time in that little exchange. They're 2.5 seconds back, but they are now hooked up and starting to make a little headway. Then you got another 3-car group back here led by Dobbs, Conley, and Farrow. You saw Farrow into the outside wall hard while we were away on a crank it up camera there. And Farrow now has a little bit of damage to the right front of that 62 machine. So you got 3 packs of 3 cars out front here trying to skedaddle away. And Cold Day still, once again, on the front stretch, 4 or 5 miles an hour slower. Right now through the corner, he's actually about 6 miles an hour slower than your front two.
Yeah, you got to wonder if there's been a little strategy play between all of these groups of cars with the fuel mileage coming into play.
Yeah, maybe Day, who did pit on lap number 18, coming to lap number 19, maybe he thinks if he can save some fuel right here halfway through this run, he's going to be able to make it on just one more stop. It's an interesting strategy. We've seen it played by a couple guys this year here, and maybe Day's utilizing it now. Can tell who's really not utilizing any kind of strategy, and that is definitely Skylar Brown. He has been turning some of the quickest laps here the last couple laps.
Well, maybe he saved his fuel in the beginning of this run, and now he's all gung-ho trying to get to the front.
Yeah, if you know anything about Skylar Brown or Tim Smith, they're all go all the time. Their hand is always on the go, baby, go button, as they have now caught up to the 38 or 37 here of Cole Day as they exit turn 1.
Yeah, I would expect Skylar Brown to make short work of Cole Day, as Cole Day apparently trying to save fuel and try and make it the rest of the way.
As there it is, down the backstretch, the 73 of Skylar Brown going to jump to the inside here on Cole Day. Can Cole Day now jump back in line on the 73? Is actually, now that we're talking about Cole Day saving fuel, looks like Tim Smith has started to back up just a little bit off of Skylar Brown. So is he trying to save fuel? As the laps click off here from Pocono, we're going to be able to find out who's saving fuel, who's out there hammered down. As you see grass kick up there in turn 3. Brown still on the loud pedal and pushing hard.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to make his way up to the front. Not worried about fuel at all.
So now Cole Day goes from the lead 4 laps ago to running 4th, about 3 seconds back behind the dynamic duo so far that have been out front majority of this race, the number 4 here of Mac Robelli and the 88 of Jamie Leach. Just over the halfway marker. So thanks for tuning in here, all of our fans on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is the Salt Flat IROC Series, and this is the season finale right here from the Pocono Raceway. That man right there, Jamie Leach, came into the night running 3rd in points, right behind his teammate of Cody Levitt. Levitt not making the call to the grid here tonight, so it looks like Jamie Leach should probably leapfrog Cody Levitt in the points championship standings. But that also means the man who's running 5th, that's the 000 there. Green car on the screen right there. That's Timmy Smith, and he has won the Drivers' Championship. The 01 car out there, Josh Taylor running around in the 9th position. He wrapped up the Rookie of the Year championship, and it looks like he's coming down pit road right here. Lap 15, unscheduled. Oh, Taylor sideways coming into pit road. He smacks the pit wall entrance, and I believe actually here comes the 21 of Jeff Bergner. We're going to have to keep an eye on, see if Josh Taylor was speeding coming into pit road, as we were just talking about how he had wrapped up the Rookie of the Year championship. So 2 teammates, and actually I believe here comes actually a slew of other drivers. Maybe they were going to split this one in half here. Maybe they figured they're not going to make it, so 3 cars down pit road. It looks like Josh Taylor, Jeff Bergner, and Danny Valenzuela all down pit road. So unscheduled stop here on lap 34.
Yeah, Josh Taylor trying to get everything he can coming on the pit road. A lot of time can be won and lost on pit road.
So lap 33, unscheduled stops here. Maybe it is scheduled. We're the ones here in the booth. And remember, there's a reason we're here in the booth. So putting it down in the little memory book, as still Jamie Leach still continues. And actually now it looks like we got more guys coming down pit road. I believe that's the 62 of Colton Farrow and the 7 of Hunter Conley down on lap 34. So more strategy being played out here.
Absolutely, strategy everywhere. It looks like Tim Smith letting the 30 of Carmen go by. Looks like he's still trying to save some fuel.
Yeah, they're about 6 seconds back now behind Jamie Leach and Macro Belney. You can definitely tell there is this fuel strategy game being played here. I bet if we would jump on board now with either of those 2 drivers, we don't hear a full throttle around this big 2.5 mile track, as here goes David Carmen. He's a lap down. I think maybe there was a little communication from the spotters. Hey, go on down around us. We're not trying to go full out for the time being. We still have about probably 6 laps before I expect to see Cole Day or Tim Smith down pit road.
Yeah, the way they're saving fuel, that's about a safe bet. Looks like the 985 of Dobbs trying to catch the pack in front of him. And it looks like he's trying to save a little bit of fuel as well.
Yeah, off the front nose here of Dobbs' car, peeking forward there. You see Conley and Farrow coming out there down on the bottom of turn number 1. Actually, Dobbs is going to miss the apex or the entry and then blow the apex through turn number 1 as he tried to work around those lap cars. And you see Conley off the back deck lid here on Dobbs' car. Conley's going to drop in behind him, and now it looks like Colton Farrell also going to drop in behind. Those guys have now made their bed, and let's see if they can lie in it. Here comes the 62 to the inside now as he's starting to peek in on Dobbs here. He has the fresher tires. The question is, oh, he really drives it down there, and Dobbs comes right back across the nose as Dobbs now leaves the door open. Here comes the 62 of Colton Farrell. He's going to look to the inside. He's got Hunter Conley sucked up right underneath him coming out of turn number 3.
Yeah, Dobbs slid up coming out of turn 3 and loses those 2 spots. And it looks like Conley pushing Farrell down in turn 1.
It looks like Skylar Brown going to join the party here on lap 36. It looks like he is down pit road. And actually a handful of other drivers. Jamie Leach also down pit road. Also looks like Cole Day is still out there, so it looks like before Macro Belney actually came down. Skylar Brown
That's
also in pit road.
That's a bit of a surprise seeing the leaders come down. I really didn't expect them until about lap 40.
So Cole Day and Tim Smith, Dobbs, Bennett, Whitaker, all still out there along with Millen. As Cole Day is actually holding up a lot of the traffic here. These guys have already pitted here. Cole Day, Tim Smith are just out here trying to kind of turtle their way around, if you will.
Yeah, they got the fresh tires and a full tank of gas. They are on the move.
As we go on board here, right on the roof here of the 37 of Cole Day, as you see all those drivers right ahead of him. That's the 7 of Conley and the 62 of Farrell. Look how much they are pulling down the straightaway. Looking at the timing and scoring, about 7-8 miles an hour difference. And look how early Cole Day is lifting well before the corner, probably a football field length. And he's actually coasting. The car is completely shut off right now.
Yeah, they are definitely playing the fuel mileage game.
And now it's 3-car breakaway here. Cole Day, Tim Smith, and Jason Dobbs. As you're on board, your next level on board camera here with Cole Day, as it kind of shows you the strategy that Day's utilizing here from Pocono tonight. 2 more laps. If he can make 2 more laps, he should be golden to go to the end here on the fuel that he's going to get on pit road.
Yeah, he should be able to make it the rest of the way.
A couple more drivers down pit road here. The 40 of Millen, the 31 of Bennett all have been down pit road. Now we're just waiting on 4 more drivers. And it looks like here they come. Here comes Cole Day here. He's going to bring along Tim Smith and Dobbs. That'll leave Michael Whitaker still out there. Remember, Michael Whitaker was the last one to pit. So these guys didn't quite make it to the 20 to go marker here on lap 38. They're going to pit, though.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Whitaker was the last one to pit the last session. I would think he'd probably be in the Catberg seat to make it on his two-stop strategy.
Yeah, so it looks like the 31 of Bennett is down and away as he gets his service. Actually, here comes Michael Whitaker. He's going to come down with your leaders. His strategy is probably not what he thought it was going to be, so he'll come down here. He's going to need less fuel than a lot of these guys, though, as everybody's going to be sitting there, it looks like, for right around the 45-second marker. Jamie Leach is the first one that is actually out there on track circling. He's about right about a second ahead of Skylar Brown and Macro Belney, but Robelney's going to be right on the back bumper of Brown, and then it's going to be Colton Farrell and Hunter Conley. So it's interesting to see how all these strategies have now actually brought everybody back together right here at the front of the field.
Yeah, everybody back bunched up. These top 5 guys here, and I don't think they're going to be able to make it. I think they're going to have to do one more stop yet, Roger.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like anybody's out there saving fuel. Let's see, where's Cole Day? He came down last. He's going to come out nose to tail with Tim Smith and Dobbs. All 3 of those drivers, I think, are sitting right on the edge of they will or they should make it, but they lost a lot of track time staying out as long as they did. As I'm looking at timing and scoring, I'm thinking they're sitting maybe 10 seconds behind the leaders as is right now. We're going to have to wait for all the timing and scoring to update, but Jamie Leach will be the leader. There you see your top 5 cars. Leach, Brown, Grobelny, Farrow, and Conley. Those are your top 5 drivers here. As this time by, we're going to see 21 laps to go. Not quite under the 20 to go marker. And it has been green flag racing. And Leach right now has led 26 laps here today. Cole Day has led 10. Matt Grobelny has led 2. Michael Whitaker has led 1. We have one driver off track right now, and that is Danny Valenzuela. Looks like he has actually dropped connection here to the iRacing server. So right now he's shown 3 laps down in your 19th spot off the track.
As you got the 4 of Grobelny still working on the 73 of Brown, as they're trying to catch up to the 88 of Leach as they go down in turn 2.
And down into the tunnel turn, you see everybody utilizing putting those left side tires down there on that yellow line. And then also down there on the yellow line, there used to be a rumble strip here at Pocono right down there until they reconfigured it a handful of years ago. And now it has that little reverse banking down there, and a lot of these drivers are utilizing that to try and put a little weight onto that right rear tire of these cars to get a little more turn out of it. So now it is nose to tail at the front. Here comes Skylar Brown and the 4 of Matt Grobelny. They are going to dive to the inside here on the front stretch and try and take the lead away.
And as they come down the front stretch into the first turn, it's Skylar Brown nosing out in front of Leach and Grobelny following him through.
Yeah, Leach going to take the 3rd lane approach here. It looks like he might fall back in line behind Matt Grobelny coming out of turn number 1, because 1 and 2 have now cleared the 88, so it's going to be Brown, Grobelny, Leach out of turn number 1. Colton Farrow still hanging on to the draft. I believe he still has it. He is within a second, but it's going to be a slow crawl back to the pack here. And then it's Hunter Conley, and then way back 10 seconds back running in the 6th spot. That is Greg O'Berry, and he is way back here, actually 11 seconds behind your leader. He's got Josh Taylor with him, so that little entering pit road didn't really hurt the 0-1 of Josh Taylor, but he sits there in 7th. Orlando Rivera is 14 and a half seconds back, and then it's Jeff Bergner. That's 8th and 9th. Bergner sitting right there 15 seconds back. Cole Day, remember, this group right here, Cole Day, Tim Smith, and Dobbs were the last ones to come on to pit road here. They spent about 6 seconds on pit road, longer than everybody else, but I think they are good to go the rest of the way, and they will not have to take a splash of gas and go. They are running 10th, 11th, and 12th. Donald Bennett is running back here in the 13th position with Michael Whitaker right behind him. That's 13th, 14th, and then even farther back you find the 40 of Josiah Millen all by myself running in 15th. Last car on the lead lap going to be the 05 here of Timmy Valenzuela as he comes through turn number 1 there. And he is also all by myself. David Carman shown 1 lap down right now, running in the 17th spot. And then Darrell Clauter is running 18th, 1 lap down. He is just not having the day he wanted running in the 18th spot.
Meanwhile, back up front, Leach diving down to the inside of Brown as they come through 3 with Grobelny hot on the tail of Leach.
Yeah, these guys are battling like it's the last lap out of turn number 3. Jamie Leach has the nose on the 73 of Skylar Brown at the line. They'll give it to Skylar Brown. It's a dead heat literally coming across the line there as Matt Grobelny. It looks like we have somebody coming down pit road. Here comes Greg O'Berry, and this will be a scheduled stop here for Greg O'Berry. He came down, I think he was one of the first ones down pit road. So he'll come down pit road here, and now that will be it for Greg O'Berry.
And up front, we have another change for the lead. Leach got under the 73 of Brown, slid up a little bit, and Brown slid up towards the wall, and Grobelny snuck under him as well.
Still a 3-car battle at the front with Colton Farrow and Hunter Conley still trying to make their way as they're actually losing a little ground last time by. They're now over a second behind the top 3 drivers, so Farrow really has to start laying into the back bumper on the 7 of Hunter Conley. Otherwise, they may lose the draft with the top 3 here. And when the closing laps with 17 to go this time by, look at Brown. He was able to drive the bottom of the track just a little bit farther to the grasses. Oh, I think Grobelny actually may have tapped the wall that time coming off turn number 3.
Grobelny into the outside wall off 3 as they come to the start-finish line. They come down to 1. Skylar Brown all by himself on the inside as they come into turn 1.
Turn 1, and the battle is for position number 1. Grego Berry now coming out of pit road. He spent, oh wow, looks like a pretty bad stop for Grego Berry as he was down there for 32 seconds for his final stop of the race here. The battle, though, out front. Now Jamie Leach loses the lead, and Brown's going to take it back. Here comes Matt Grobelny. They're going 3 wide down here into the tunnel turn. 3 wide. Can they make it work?
And as they come into the tunnel turn, it looks like Leach is going to back out of it as he runs high, and Grobelny is getting under Brown as they come out of 2.
Yeah, so that exchange now put a big dent in the lead that they had, because here comes Hunter Conley, here comes Colton Farrow now nipping at the heels. They are only a half second, from 1 second to a half second, while all that exchange happened in front of them. They have Grego Berry now, so now it's going to be actually 6 cars in a little bit of a draft here, with 16 laps to go at the line.
You know, Roger, I've been watching the timing and scoring here, and the 37, the 000, and 985 have actually been losing time on the lead pack. I wonder if they're still trying to save a little bit of fuel. Maybe not sure if they can get to the end or not.
Yeah, they are well behind the field, actually 23 seconds back, and looking at the track map, that is actually just about half of a track behind your leaders, actually. So they are well behind Skylar Brown, Matt Grobelny, as they're battling once again down into the tunnel turn.
And as they come out of turn 2, it looks like Brown is going to slide up in front of Grobelny. See if Grobelny will try and dive to the inside in turn 3. And no, he stays behind. It looks like Leach going to try the outside. Nope, he stays behind Grobelny as they come through turn 3.
Laps are winding down. The battle here at the front is winding down as they just almost make contact. That is Timmy Valenzuela going a lap down there in the 05 machine. Valenzuela stays to the outside, and your 3 leaders were able to actually work around him without any contact. And now it's going to be the next 3 drivers of Conley and Farrow. And I believe that is Grego Berry, who is attached to the hip there with those drives. So now actually you're going to have a handful of other drivers. Now it's a 7-car draft pack here at the front.
Yeah, it's interesting when the top 3 leaders stop battling with each other and when in a straight line, they actually started pulling away again from the group of 3 behind them.
Yeah, but now they're battling once again because here comes Grobelny to the inside on the tunnel turn. These leaders keep swapping it back and forth more than I think, Jarrett, you change your underwear.
Ooh, that's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Well, you never know these days. It's 2019, anything is possible. Just like, could it be possible that Matt Grobelny could get his first win ever with the Salt Flat IROC here? We have never seen before parking in victory lane. We've seen him finish second a handful of times. There you see Timmy Valenzuela bringing the 05 down pit road. He'll make a final stop here. Yeah, could Skylar Brown go back to victory lane? It's been a long time since we've seen the 73 actually in victory lane. Jamie Leach would like to put a notch in his belt here and win another one before the end of the season. Leach only has 1 win on the season. He would like to have 2 because 2 is better than 1. We all know that. Hunter Conley, though, who runs in the 4th spot, he would love just to actually see victory lane. Usually he's seeing just the back bumper of the winner at the end of these races.
Hunter Conley would definitely like to end his season being the bride instead of the bridesmaid, that's for sure.
He would like to put that title to rest here at the end of the season. Right now, though, it looks like he's still going to be hanging on to that title. Back at the front as they work through turn 3. Coming off turn 3, it's still going to be Skylar Brown leading the way over Matt Grobelny. Jamie Leach has now, I think, settled for that 3rd position. He's going to let these guys kind of pull the train around.
Yeah, he's definitely going to sit back and watch a little bit as these 2 battle up front.
And right now, I think Jamie Leach has secured the most laps led here tonight from Pocono Raceway, so he'll get an extra bonus point, but it won't matter. He still will not catch the 000 of Tim Smith in the point standings. No battling going on down around the track other than right here. Those are your 2 closest actually on track, as you see Colton Farrell really up underneath the 7 of Hunter Conley. Grego Berry has got around these two. As remember, he came down pit road and he has finished his pit stops for tonight. He has shown 1 lap down, but he's hanging right there with your leaders. If something would happen, he would be the guy who gets his wave around.
It looks like the 37 of Day and the 000 of Smith have pulled away from Dobbs a little bit.
And we have green flag pit stops here. Jamie Leach going to peel off from the lead pack. He's going to bring the 88 down pit road. Here comes Hunter Conley and Colton Farrell along. So 3 of your leaders saying they can't go any farther. They don't want to risk it for the biscuit here from Pocono, and they're going to come put fuel in these IROCs and try and drop the jack and get back out there. Looks like clean stop for all 3 drivers as they are down in their pit box. That leaves still your 2 leaders, Skylar Brown, Macro Bellamy, nose to tail. The question is, though, there it is. Timing and scoring is updating. Here comes Cole Day, Tim Smith with these guys pitting. Orlando Rivera's down pit road 2, along with Josh Taylor. So now the fuel strategy really comes into play. Cole Day, Tim Smith, who's been out there along with Dobbs, saving as much fuel as they can, are now running 3rd, 4th, and 5th with only 12 laps to go. Does Skylar Brown, Matt Grobelny, do they have enough to make it to the end? Here they come. The answer is going to be no. I think before they come out of pit road, we're going to, Skylar Brown sideways entering pit road right in front of Matt Grobelny.
Skylar Brown, another one trying to get all he can on pit road.
It's going to come down to seconds, literally seconds. We're going to sit here. We're going to go from above here, see if we can get a good camera angle to see if we can find the leaders. There you see Brown. He came in as your leader. We're going to sit right here and focus on him. Where is Cole Day is going to be the question. Cole Day right now coming out of the final corner. Tick, tick, tick. The clock is ticking here for Skylar Brown. Will he be able to get out? Here comes Cole Day. There it is. Cole Day is just about to pass now. There it is. Timing and scoring. There they go. There's your new leaders. Cole Day, Tim Smith, and Jason Dobbs. They're on that strategy where they are not going to pit again. I believe Michael Whitaker is going to be on that same strategy with Josiah Millen and Donald Bennett. They're a little bit farther back, but they're also on that strategy where they are not going to pit.
So it's looking like another Pocono race is going to come down to fuel strategy.
I think at this point, though, Dobbs is actually well off the pace. He might not be able to make it. It looks like he's about 10, 12, almost 15 miles an hour actually down here into the tunnel turn. He may just be short of making it on fuel. He has a buffer about 9 seconds back to Michael Whitaker. And then it's even farther back. It looks like about 15 seconds back until you would find Skylar Brown. So he does have a big cushion behind him that he could bring the Vols car home in the 3rd spot here tonight. He's just got to save a little more fuel.
Yeah, maybe he might try a late race charge, just trying to save some fuel now and give himself enough time to charge back to the front.
Well, once again, with under 10 to go here from Pocono Raceway, we do appreciate all of our fans tuning in here and sticking with us here tonight from Pocono. It's the Salt Flat IROC Series. If you like what the Salt Flat IROC Series puts on here on a Wednesday night, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. Let them guys know that you appreciate what they're doing with the iconic Throwback Series here. And, well, go ahead, hit that little bell. Get a notification anytime someone goes live here on the Her and 3 Racing Network. You can catch just about somebody live here every night of the week, whether it be KR Stolfus, Danny Valenzuela, Chris Legou, Richard Hammond. We do have a couple seats open here on the Her and 3 Racing Network, so if you're interested in broadcasting, as you see the bump from Tim Smith to the back bumper of Cole Day. Day almost got all out of shape. We almost had a moment between 2 of your leaders that are trying to play that fuel strategy, saving So out of turn number 3, here they come. Going to be still Cole Day, Tim Smith, and then 3 seconds back is going to be Dobbs back there running in the 3rd spot. Somebody that just moved into the 4th spot, though. Here comes Skylar Brown. He's actually only 7.5 seconds off the lead. So these guys, he's really starting to charge here because he knows he has the fuel to go the rest of the way.
Yeah, Skylar Brown gets by the 707 Whittaker. He's starting his charge through the field, but will he have enough time with about 8 laps to go?
We're going to see if Skylar Brown can work his way back to the front. Let's see what he is seeing. And that's what he sees in front of him. He already sees Dobbs right out in front, only about a second and a half. So Dobbs' strategy maybe he just hasn't saved enough fuel. And I think there's a battle for the lead up here. Here is Cole Day being passed up by the 000 of Smith. So now Day, I think, maybe realizing he's not going to have enough. Maybe Smith has saved enough by following Day for a number of laps.
Yeah, Cole Day not putting up much of a fight. He is definitely in fuel-saving mode. But now is not the time to be in that with Skylar Brown on the charge.
Skylar Brown going about 135, 36, 7 miles an hour. Cole Day 10 miles an hour slower at the flag stand. So that lead that Cole Day and Tim Smith have, Skylar Brown is really chewing into it. Look, he's now going to be about 3 car lengths off the back bumper of Dobbs, and that's just for third. Remember we were just talking about, he was 7+ seconds back from Tim Smith. Now that's all the way erased. That is now only a 3-second gap to your leader. So the strategy play, did they just calculate it wrong? Did they miss it by just a hair?
Yeah, it looks like Cole Day really off the pace as Dobbs goes past Cole Day and now falls into the clutches of Skylar Brown.
Yeah, so it looks like right there battling, that is Darrell Clauter battling right in front of your leaders. He is 1 lap down right now, shown in the 16th spot. Then it's Dobbs, then it's Day, then it's Brown. As you see, Darrell, he's going to actually move out of the way. He doesn't want to interfere with who's going to win this race here tonight from Pocono. He's going to let all your leaders, even Michael Whittaker, going to get by him. Right now, though, second place is Dobbs. Everybody else seems to be sitting right behind him now. Now is it time to go. Now are these 2 drivers going to try and hold up Skylar Brown in the process, because they're sitting now 2.5 seconds behind your leader. Here comes Brown to the inside in turn 1 on Day.
And Brown, Dobbs slides down in front of Brown, and it looks like Brown is going to get Day coming out of turn 1. It looks like he's going to try and get Dobbs too. Oh,
contact! Contact out of turn number 1. Dobbs and Brown going to make contact. Brown slid down the track just a little bit as they made contact. Here comes Cole Day and Dobbs, though, on the charge to the back, but it's not going to be enough because Skylar Brown is going to drive right underneath him in the tunnel turn. Brown now is going to set his sights. He has about 1.5 seconds and 6.5 laps to make up that ground on Tim Smith. Let's see if we can grab the onboard camera here facing forward. There it is, onboard camera here with Skylar Brown. And there it is, Smith misses the apex in turn number 3. Now look at it. Here comes Skylar Brown. He's going to drive around the inside here on Tim Smith.
Skylar Brown on the charge, charging to the front with about 5-6 laps to go.
And here comes Dobbs. Dobbs is now going to peek to the inside on Tim Smith as they go down there into turn number 1. Dobbs is going to make the pass. Here comes Cole Day. They may have now saved enough fuel that they can go to the end of the race here.
Yeah, and about back here in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th position, they all pitted and they are on the charge, but will they have enough time to get back to the front?
Yeah, this group being led by Hunter Conley. Macro Bellamy is in there. Colton Farrow. Oh, Jamie Legis. He was going to go to the inside there on Colton Farrow. Farrow shut the door, slammed it abruptly on him. Now Farrow's going to go to the inside here on Grobelny going through the tunnel turn.
And he can't quite make the pass on Grobelny, and it looks like Leach is going to try and get to the outside of Farrow as they come down into 3.
Down into turn number 3. They're going to see 5 to go at the flag stand this time. Skylar Brown is now seeing the flagman bent over, hanging it down. 5 to go, 5 fingers in the air here from Pocono tonight. We've seen green flag racing. Is there going to be a strategy? Is there a yellow flag looming somewhere as the battle is back there for that 6th position? Everybody is kind of charging now, trying to get what they can. You saw Jamie Leach jive to the inside on Colton Farrow, and he slammed the door. Then you saw Farrow try to get around Grobelny, and he slammed the door. So a lot of blocking going on here in the late goings. Right now, though, Skylar Brown, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, he is out front by about 2.5 seconds over Jason Dobbs and Cole Day.
Yeah.
Michael Whitaker has got around now Tim Smith, so he put him into 4th and Smith back into 5th.
The 73 of Brown definitely trying to run away and hide, gaining time on everybody on the field.
Yeah, he may have played the strategy just right here tonight, but it ain't over. The fat lady has not sang. As you see, Grobelny still pushing hard on the back bumper of Hunter Conley. Even through the corner, look how he closed the gap to the back bumper. It just doesn't look like anybody's able to hold the bottom in turn 3 anymore.
And Dobbs and Day are coming down pit road.
So the strategy play for Cole, Day, and Dobbs not going to work here tonight from Pocono. 4 laps to go, and they are on pit road.
That'll hand second place over to Michael Whitaker as he gets by the 000 Tim Smith.
Now, if you were sitting out here and you're Michael Whitaker or you're Tim Smith, are you worried at this point that you might not be able to make it the rest of the way?
Yeah. Tim Smith, I'd be a little more worried. Michael Whitaker, I think he'll be all right. But, yeah, I'd definitely be worried with Tim Smith.
Remember, the first pit stop here tonight, Michael Whitaker was able to go 20 laps on his first tank of fuel. Right now, he runs second. It doesn't look like he's going to have enough time to put on a charge to catch Skylar Brown. Skylar Brown's out to lunch with a 6-second lead over Michael Whitaker right now. Whitaker has a 3-second lead over Hunter Conley. And Conley, we know he has enough fuel. And there's the answer that we were looking for. Here comes Michael Whitaker. He's going to come down pit road. That had turned second place now over to the bridesmaid himself with Matt Grobelny running second. Colton Farrell right there running 4th. And Jamie Leach is still in this pack. He is running in the 5th spot.
Yeah, I don't know if these guys are going to be able to catch Skylar with only 2 or 3 laps to go.
Yeah, 3 laps to go here from Pocono. You're going to see popsicle sticks in the air for Skylar Brown next time by. Just got to get around a handful of times here. He's hoping that no caution flag comes out here from Pocono. He wants to go green to checkered and walk away here with the win from Pocono.
And it looks like 62 of Farrow going to try and make the move on Grobelny as they come down into turn 3. Turn 2, excuse me.
There's 3 turns, Jarrett.
I know. You think I'd get the hang of it by now at the end of the race.
Well, he's out there drinking some of those Busch lattes, so there's an excuse for him. We'll just let him slide on that here tonight as we talk about slide. Jamie Leach slid going into turn number 3, lost a little bit of ground from the 62 of Colton Farrow. Hunter Conley, though, leading this pack. That time by, Skylar Brown saw popsicle sticks. Now the rest of this crew, they're going to see the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go here from Pocono, and it's the battle for second. Conley, Grobelny, Farrow, and Leach all under the blanket here with a lap car of Donald Bennett mixed in the group. You can forget about Skylar Brown, ladies and gentlemen. He is checked out. Wherever he is, he ain't even in Long Pond, Pennsylvania anymore. He has a straightaway distance on the entire field. I think he might be able to just about coast back and win this one as he comes through turn 3. As now I did it. Thanks, Jarrett. That's turn 2.
How about that?
How about that? Would you just look at that? Look at the gap. It is still by himself. Skylar Brown is starting to pull away even more from the field. But this time coming out of turn number 3, the 73 of Skylar Brown, he is looking at the flagman. He sees the flagman. He reaches for the white flag, and the white flag is waving here from Pocono. One more lap, 2.5 miles around the Pocono International Raceway is all Skylar Brown needs to lock in this win here from Pocono. The battle, though, is still back here because they are side by side at the line. That is Colton Farrell looking to the inside here on Hunter Conley. As he actually gets the door slammed by Conley. Grobelny going to go to the outside. Can they make it? They are so close through turn number 1. Conley to the inside. Grobelny on the outside. Grobelny going to shoot. He's going to miss. He's going to slide up the track. Here comes the 62. Colton Farrell is going to go to the inside on the bridesmaid. The bridesmaid's going to close the door. He's slammed it. Conley going to go even lower to block Farrell. Here comes Jamie Leach. Can he shoot the gap and go up the middle? No. Conley going to slam the door with Farrell down into the tunnel turn one final time.
As they come through the tunnel turn, Conley slides up a little bit, allowing Farrell to get underneath him, coming out of 2 down towards turn 3.
As there's even more contact, Jamie Leach making contact with the 62 of Colton Farrell as they come down the short chute. Down into turn number 3 for the final time. Skylar Brown is way out. Oh, the slide. Pass in the grass almost for the 62. Coming down. Skylar Brown going to win, but it's going to be the battle for second. Who's going to get there? It's Matt Grobelny and Hunter Conley. Conley has the position. He is blocking the 4. Grobelny at the line. It's going to be the 7 as he is sideways turned by the number 4 of Matt Grobelny across the line. Hunter Conley going to come home second with the car all tore up. Matt Grobelny going to finish third. Jamie Leach going to settle for a 4th spot. Colton Farrow tried to make the pass in the grass. He comes home 5th. Looks like Josh Taylor, as he works through turns 3, as he's down the front stretch here, he's going to come home in your 6th spot. He comes home 6th. Greg O'Barry comes home 7th. Orlando Rivera is 8th. Michael Whitaker is 9th. Jeff Bergner is in your 10th spot. Dobbs is going to come home 11th if he can hold off Cole Day coming out of turn number 4. As at the line, there it is. Dobbs is going to nose out Cole Day. Josiah Millen going to come home in your 13th spot. Looks like Tim Smith. Actually, Tim Smith noses Millen at the line, I think. So it's Millen 13th. Yeah, it's jumping back and forth. Smith is 14th. Bennett comes home 15th. David Carmen comes home 16th. Darrell Clauter comes home 17th. 18th here goes to Tim Valenzuela, and then 19th is Danny Valenzuela. So congratulations to Skylar Brown as he's out there already doing a little bit of celebrating.
Definitely plenty of reason to celebrate winning the season finale here at Pocono.
It's not the first time Skylar Brown has found himself in victory lane this year, but it's going to be the last time here of the season that he finds himself in victory lane. He has another win earlier in the season to his name, and it's exactly how he wanted to cap off the IROC season. Skylar Brown winning, Hunter Conley second. He's a bridesmaid like always here with the IROC series. And then Matt Grobelny comes home third. So we're going to step away for just a moment. We're going to see if we can get a word in with a couple of these drivers as they bang them up a little bit on the front stretch. And welcome back to Pocono. It went green to checkered flag. That's exactly what Skylar Brown wanted to see as he played a little bit of different strategy than a lot of the guys out there. We'll get to him in just a moment. He led only a handful of laps at the end of this one. Looks like Skylar led 14 laps, actually, but he led the most important one, which was the last one. But we did get a word in here with Matt Grobelny. Matt, another top 3 finish. You just weren't able to cap it off here from Pocono.
Hey, I had a few rough pit stops, like the second to last one. The last one, I think it registered me as like a millimeter over too far to the right, so I ended up losing some time there.
Yeah, Pocono though. What did you need? We saw a lot of green flag pit stops, obviously here. What was the strategy though coming into tonight?
Really, I was just going for the win. I knew the team points at least were all pretty close to each other. I think it was like a 5 point difference between the top three team. Well, not really top three, second, third, and fourth. So I was just coming out to do what I could to try and put us up there at P2.
Yeah, and you didn't get P2 on track, but you get P2 in the team championships standings for the Backwoods Racing Team. So congratulations on coming home second in that standings. A little bit of a dismal year for yourself, but it's got to feel good to come here into the final race of the season and finish third.
Yeah, I mean, going into practice, I looked like I was a little bit off of pace there. Wasn't really too sure where my footing was, and then as soon as that green flag dropped and me, Jamie, and Cole pulled away, I knew right then and there I had a shot to finish top three, and that's where we finished.
Well, before we wrap up the interview here with you and your third place finish, who do you got to thank for finishing third here tonight and second in the point standings?
I gotta thank all the guys here who come out week in, week out. Without them, we wouldn't have a league. Gotta thank the fellow admins, Danny, Hunter, and Colton. Gotta thank my teammate who was Hunter, but he had some real life stuff going on, so we picked up Tim Smith. Gotta thank all the people out who come out every week to the broadcast. Gotta thank you guys up in the booth, and then all our sponsors.
Well, there you heard it from the man who comes home in the third spot here tonight. It's going to be Macro Belney. I believe, Jarrett, you have caught up with the bridesmaid himself.
I am here with Hunter Conley, with yet another second place finish. Hunter, hard fought race out there. Came away second. Tell us how your day went.
It went fine. I mean, race started off fine. I think I started fourth, I started fourth. And then it just was try to undercut people with the pits because I knew I wasn't going to catch those leaders on green flag runs. So just trying to short pit them because fueling takes forever in these things. So if you pit before they do, you got more fuel than they do, so you fill up less. So that was my only shot at catching the leaders. And then when that final caution came, or not caution, but when that final pit rotation came through, Skyler was just so far ahead that we needed him to run out of fuel, and he didn't. So that's why we got P2. But I really got to thank Matt and Colton for pushing me most of the day.
Yeah, it definitely was a bit of a team effort here. And who would you like to thank on the race tonight and the season?
I got to thank you guys for broadcasting, the fans for watching, everyone for showing up, and like Matt said, the other admins. But really, if it weren't for the other drivers, we really wouldn't have a league. So got to thank all you guys for showing up and driving, and everyone for watching.
Well, Hunter, good job tonight. Good job in your second place. Hopefully you can get that win next season. And I believe Roger's caught up with our winner.
Yeah, I've caught up with the man who led the most important lap, and that was the last lap. He's no stranger to victory lane. The 73 here of Skylar Brown. Skylar, it seemed like you just were able to play the fuel strategy game here from Pocono, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to race because I was watching the midget race and kind of made a last-minute decision to run. I had no laps, so I didn't qualify. Thought I'd start in the back, and it took till about halfway, and it kind of started to click. And then I just was trying to stretch the fuel out, get as many laps as I could. And then there at the end, I was trying to do the math in my head and keep these guys behind me at the same time, and was able to just put enough fuel in to have, like, I don't know, 2 laps extra or something. So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it worked out good for you. But like we said, you're no stranger to victory lane. You won all the way back at, I believe it was Texas. It was a long time ago, back on June 5th, actually. Is there any similarities in Pocono to Texas, or are they two completely different animals?
They're way different, man. One's a triangle and one's an oval, so they're way different. I probably could have got some more wins this season, but I was kind of an idiot and was letting my anger get the best of me and wrecking people, and I couldn't show up every week either. So wasn't quite the year I wanted. Tim kind of dipped on me because he's an asshole, but I understand. I'm not mad at him. I'd probably do the same thing.
Well, sometimes people do strange things. We've seen it tonight coming across the line. A couple guys got together. Things happen like that, heat of the moment. But hey, you did win tonight here from Pocono. It wraps up the season. We know it's not the season you wanted. You didn't get all the wins you wanted. But tonight, you parked her in victory lane. Who do you got to thank for the 73 crew?
Just you guys for putting on the broadcast, and then Danny and everybody with Salt Flat for putting this on. I really enjoy it. Hopefully I can still do it. I'm doing that USAC series deal, and it's on Wednesday nights. So if this is still Wednesday nights, I don't know how that's gonna work, but hopefully I'll be able to race again.
Well, there you heard it. Skylar Brown, not a stranger to victory lane, parks the 73 in victory lane one final time to wrap up the season. Well, before we wrap up, those are your top 3 interviews here tonight. We got to talk here with the driver of the 88, Jamie Leach. Jamie, you didn't have a teammate here tonight, but you still wrapped up the team championship for the Deeper Darker Do team. It's 2 years running for you guys, and you won the championship last year. This year you're going to come up a little short, but you still win the team championship. How does that feel for you and your teammate?
It feels good. We were pretty spot on all year. Just couldn't really get Tim for the single championship. He was pretty fast all year long, but can't complain about the team points.
Yeah, team points. It really seemed like all season it didn't matter where we went, whether we were over at Myrtle Beach Raceway or we were here at the big 2.5-mile super speedway, so to speak, of Pocono. It seems like you and your teammate Cody Levitt, you guys just had it figured out. You had the team strategy down to a T. You finished 1 and 2 or just nose to tail all season long, collecting as many bonus points as you could. Is there just something in the water that you and Cody share that you have such good chemistry working together?
Well, just the team strategy. Cody's excellent on fuel strategy, and I just kind of work with him, and we ended up coming ahead a lot of the time.
Well, congratulations on winning the championship here for the team championship for the Deeper Darker Do team. Jamie Leach and Cody Levitt pretty much showing everybody what it takes to work together. So congratulations to Jamie here in the booth with us, and Cody, who unfortunately just did not make it here to Pocono.
Thanks, Roger.
Well, we got one more interview, I believe, here, and that's the man who did it, Tim Smith. You were dominating all year long, and you won the Next Level Racing individual point standings here. I'd ask you how it feels, but I'm pretty sure it feels pretty good.
Definitely. Last year I had to kind of bow out of this deal. I had the points lead. I'm pretty sure I had the points lead, and I had to miss a couple races. So definitely come back the following season and get the championships. Pretty cool. I botched it a little bit on fuel mileage tonight. I tried being Cody Levitt and didn't calculate very good, I guess. But so I put enough fuel in to do some burnouts, blow the motor up.
It's a sim. You get another motor. They make a dime a dozen. What does it matter, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So the question that's probably on everybody's mind right now is, how do you make that 000 as fast as it is every week? We've asked this question before, and you kind of gave us the vanilla answer. What's in the water, or what's in the fuel tank of the 000?
I don't know, honestly. I really wish I could tell you. I've been racing for a long time, man. I've been racing real life and I guess sim racing for 25 years now, so I guess that helps a little bit. I don't know. I don't have anything fancy. I just got bottom of the barrel wheel and pedals, and I just make what I got work, I guess. Just try and be smooth, stay out of trouble, stay up front as much as I can, and it worked out.
Absolutely. One of the fastest guys out there. I believe you're out there racing in a wooden rig, too, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw that picture somewhere.
I've upgraded since the wood. That's what I started on a couple months ago. I got some aluminum from work and swapped my seat and monitors over to aluminum one, so it looks a little less haggard in my dining room here.
Well, I guess I'm the only one still racing with a wooden rig. I guess I'm going to have to step my game up now. Thanks.
Yeah, don't make you no faster.
Nothing could. But hey, you were the fastest one out there this year. Congratulations on your points championship here in the second season for the IROC series with Salt Flat Racing. Who do you got to thank for parking the 000 in Victory Lane more times than anybody this year?
Just all my teammates at Backwoods. My former teammate Skyler for all the help that he didn't give me all year. Everybody that puts this whole deal on, all the serious sponsors. Everybody just puts the league on. It's really fun. I really appreciate it.
Well, there you heard it from your points champion driver this year. That's going to be the 000 of Tim Smith. And actually, Jarrett, we have one more interview to go here before we end the post-race show here from Pocono. How about driver of the 01, Josh Taylor? You came into this season here with the IROC series as a rookie. You didn't know much about the drivers out there. You didn't know much about the tracks that we were about to, embark on for the season. How did you do it, and how did you come away with the Rookie of the Year title?
Well, Roger, I put a lot of time into it. I'm new to iRacing all around. I mean, Xbox gamer. I just now bought a PC, built one like 8 months ago, got into iRacing, and this league I came across through Facebook and started racing these people and loved them. I mean, it's a good group of people.
Yeah, what really drew you here to the IROC series?
The street stocks is what I tried to start off with the legends and didn't like them, so I went to the street stocks and came across this league and then met Jeff, my teammate, and he's helped me get faster, and so far it's working.
Yeah, so far it's working for yourself here. Well, congratulations on being the Rookie of the Year here with the Salt Flat IROC series. We look forward to having you back next season to try and battle for a points championship, because you were up in the hunt, just maybe a little bit short here. It looks like, I believe you're going to end up inside the top 10 pretty much, and you might have leapfrogged a couple drivers here tonight, might be just outside of the top 5 spot. So congratulations on being the Rookie of the Year. Before we step away from you here, though, is there anybody you'd have to give shout outs to?
I give a shout out to Danny, everybody who puts the league on, Jeff for helping me, and one of my best friends is one of the sponsors here, 2AT Lawn Care, and I appreciate him for putting some money up to keep this league going, and hopefully next season, maybe a top 5, maybe a couple times, and maybe a couple more wins.
Well, there you heard it from Josh Taylor. He is the Rookie of the Year champion. It was a championship night here from Pocono, Jarrett, and it's probably one of the best races that the Salt Flat IROC series put on this year.
Yeah, it definitely was a great race tonight. Went green flag all the way. I'm not sure if any other races this season went green flag all the way, but definitely a good season, and can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, it's going to be the end of the Salt Flat Wednesday night for the time being. You'll be able to catch them back next year once they decide on a schedule, I believe. But we do got to thank all the sponsors here before we step away that makes this possible here for the Salt Flat IROC series. We got to thank Next Level Racing for coming on board and putting up, I believe, a little bit of a prize. They're going to unveil that, I believe, a little bit later. So thanks to Next Level Racing for stepping up. You also got to thank T. McMullen, your premier VA lender loan, not just your VA lender loan. You need any kind of home loan, head on over to T. McMullen or contact one of the Salt Flat IROC drivers of Timmy Valenzuela. He can hook you up with what you need. We got to thank DLB Yankees 41, the Twitch streamer, always streaming over there on Twitch, his point of view on a Wednesday night. We also got to thank Sim Necessities. They are your button box needs. They got everything you need. You need a brake bias, a shock adjuster for your midget. You need anything, hit up Sim Necessities. They can get you a button box custom made to what you need. LFOD Motorsports coming on board also here with the IROC series. They are the place to go. You need your car tuned up. You need a new used car. Head on over to LFOD Motorsports. They'll get you pointed in the right direction. How about 2AT Lawn Care? You just heard it. The shout out there from Josh Taylor. His buddy owns 2AT Lawn Care, and they're one of the sponsors here with the Salt Flat IROC series. You need your front yard looking like a baseball field. I know I do. Hit up 2AT Lawn Care, and they can get you looking like you got Fenway Park in your front yard. Well, that's about going to do it here from Pocono Raceway. This season finale for the Salt Flat IROC series. Skylar Brown schooled them on the strategy here tonight. Hunter Conley coming home second. Still is the bridesmaid. And while Matt Grobelny comes home third, he is just praying. I don't know what he's got to do to park the 4 in Victory Lane. He might have to buy his way into Victory Lane here. But Tim Smith, Jamie Leach, Cody Levitt, Josh Taylor, all champions here this season for the Salt Flat IROC Series. Tune in the upcoming weeks here. Follow them over on Facebook and all the information on the Salt Flat IROC Series. Till next time, though, we will catch you at the races.